Welcome to Indianapolis Motor Speedway in Speedway, Indiana, just south of Indianapolis. Qualifying underway for the Cave City Roleplay Truck Series. Round 14 of 15 in the championship. Tonight we decide which four drivers move on to the championship race in, I believe, Chicagoland next week. Watch Hayden Lowell, first truck out on track. Goes through his warm-up lap. So turns 3 and 4. Go on board the Napa Ford. Right along for qualifying. Swerving back and forth, getting some heat in the tires, I guess. So it seems like his lap number 2 is going to be the lap, especially since he just hit the wall. That will automatically invalidate this lap. Go on board with Cody Cleaver then. To Valhalla Project Chevrolet. Sounded pretty flat through 1 and 2. Racing down the backstretch into turn number 3. Sounded pretty flat there too. Cleaver will head to the stripe. See what kind of lap time he can put in. Cleaver's lap 53.469. He's going to hit the wall here, so lap 1 is going to be his lap record. Trenton Sneed betters his time, 53.40. Dylan Dreiling a 53.55. Travis Martin a 53.26. V-Squeeze 53.86. Lucas Heusman puts it on Trenton by almost 3/10. Goodness gracious. Lucas Heusman with the 53.14. Hello Scott. Hello Mama Sneed. Welcome on in. Tyler Lanin jumps up to second. Colin Teague goes to third, then smacks the wall on lap 2, so his 53.31 will be his lap time. Hayden Lowell jumps to second, and then Napa Ford 1/1000th of a second slower than Lucas Hoytsma. That's going to annoy Hayden, especially if Lucas doesn't pick up on lap number 2. But he does, 53.097. That'll make Hayden feel a little better. It's no longer by 1/1000th of a second. Red Cell, welcome in. Mike Edwards' first lap puts him in 9th quick. Oddly diving for the start-finish line that moves him up to 9th. That little dive probably slowed him down a bit. Probably cost him the 8th spot because he could have been 1/1000th quicker and beat Travis Martin. Vesca's getting some extra practice in. Gatlin Downey sitting on the pit lane. Blake Giglio jumps up to 3rd, just ahead of Tyler Lanin by 2/1000ths of a second. Tyler Stillwell clocks in at 14th. 17 of our 21 trucks have put a lap time down. Blake needs to pick up almost 2/10 if he wants to be a factor for the pole. '16 Silverado gets to the stripe. He picks up, but not enough. 53.181 remains 3rd. As we head into race time, 70 laps from the Brickyard.
All right, everyone, thanks for coming out. We got 70 laps. Stage at the end of lap 35. 3 sets of tires in the pit. 1 faster pair pit road car.
Easy. Let's go have our pre-race chat with Lucas Hoytsma. Lucas, DG, got a copy? No, he does not. Try again. Lucas, DG, got a copy?
Yep.
Well, sir, we're on pole for this race here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's pretty much a home race for you, right?
Yeah, this track's about an hour and a half from me.
There you go. I knew you were somewhere near it. Bet you didn't know I have family in Indianapolis.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And
It's a great racetrack.
let's see, Richmond, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Evansville, Indiana, a lot of family in Indiana. All over the place. Like every
Gary's
corner.
a nice place.
No, it's not. Chicago's armpit. Let's be real. Anywho, we're on pole here for tonight for the Brickyard 70 lap race. And, well, you've had a lot of success here. These trucks are a lot of fun. I don't know if this combination is fun. So how do you feel about it? Because I don't think I've ever driven trucks here.
Yeah, you can add me to that list. I've never driven them here, and I don't know. It's in practice they seem pretty tight. I don't even know how they drive in dirty air, so that's gonna. Hopefully nobody gets in front of me to start. I can get a handle.
No one passed me, or I might wreck.
Yeah. I've already almost hit that turn 1 wall in clean air, so I don't. It's a little tight, but I think it should be a pretty fun race.
Well, the good news is you're already locked into the next round, so what do you care, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm probably gonna be looking at the Bears game the whole time too. So
I mean, all you got to do is make sure Blake doesn't make the next round.
Yeah.
Well, is that the goal tonight to get Blake to move on to the next round? Try to help him any way you can.
Not really.
Fun. All right. Well, 70 laps. Good luck to you, and well, we'll see what happens if you get in dirty air.
Oh yeah. Thanks, man.
All right, take care. Lucas waits for your pole sitter in the 97 as we start our starting lineup presented by our friends in Labor 12. And wouldn't you know it, we have one of their band members in the race. We'll get to that in a little bit. But Lucas Hoytsma, your pole sitter in the 97. This is Labor 12 Silverado. Hayden Knoll, the Napa Ford F-150, starts in second. Blake Giglio, the Valvoline Chevrolet, starts in third. Tyler Lane, the Ford F-150. Go figure, right? Starts in the fourth spot. Ian Montrose's Cave City Roleplay Fort Worth Screen Chevy starts fifth. Colin Teague in the Highlighter starts sixth. Welcome back, Dylan Dreiling. He has the Buick Toyota, perfectly not confusing, starting seventh. Trenton Sneed, Trans Technology Chevrolet, starts in 8th. Travis Martin, Caterpillar Ford, starts in 9th. Mike Edwards, the Brittany Williams Chevrolet, starts in 10th. Till Valhalla Project Chevy for Cody Cleaver starts 11th. Zach Martinson in the Gamer Sups Chevrolet starts 12th. Brandon Vasquez in the Flash Chevy starts in 13th. Tyler Stillwell, the Plug Tech Ford, starts in 14th. Gatlin Downey MTV Chevy, nice throwback there, starts in 15th. Randy Lee in the Georgia Pacific Chevy, the drummer for Labor 12, starts 16th. TJ Floyd, he has the Freedom US Air Force Silverado starting in 17th. Daniel Wallen Labor 12 Chevy 18th. Jay Munch in the Raptor Chevy, welcome back my friends, starts in 19th. JRDL Cave City Toyota starts in 20th. And Jeremy Scherer, the KeenParts.com Scooby-Doo machine in 21st. That is our 21 truck field for tonight at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Brickyard. Field has to wait for the green before Lucas Hoytsma and Hayden Knoll can lead them to turn number 1. You see the trucks jumping sideways as they get on the accelerator. A lot of squirmy trucks there. Field rolls off through turn 1, then a little short shoot down into 2. So far, so good. Still side by side for the race lead. Sad day for JR Deal. Why is that? Probably because it's not Talladega. He loves those super speedways, but he's out here doing his thing. Hoytsma and Hayden still battling for this lead side by side. I didn't think they would stay side by side for that long, but there they are. Now Hayden and Giglio make contact. Hayden going to go around. Hayden Lowell's going to crash the 67. Everyone trying to avoid in the back. It's Hayden Lowell and Blake Giglio make contact for second. Hayden Lowell goes around in the Napa Ford. And we have a lap 1 crash with Hayden Lowell. Let's get a far chase look at that. Hayden gets a little loose. Giglio gets a little tight. Not a good thing to do side by side. They bounce off one another. Giglio with a slide of his life there. I don't know if Blake... I don't think he hit anything. I think he saves his truck. Just Hayden bouncing off his right side and spinning around. Blake with that hell of a save here. Stays out of the wall, catches the truck. Nicely done, Blake. Hayden was trying to take out Blake, but Blake survives and stays second. That's funny, Scott. Looks like maybe a little right side damage to the 16, but not overly so. However, sometimes these trucks, just the minorest bit of damage can be a 1 to 2 second deterrence on a track like this where aerodynamics can be everything. Really don't notice any damage. We don't have a camera to look straight at that side. We can look at the left. Well, we don't have anything to look at the right. We can hop around and try to tell, but not seeing any damage to his truck. Huh, can you catch it there? Went by so fast. Trying every camera we got, but it doesn't look damaged. So we are under yellow, and let's chat with Blake, because we can. Blake, DG, you got a copy?
Yeah, how's it going?
Well, that's one way to start the race. What happened there from your perspective?
Oh, yeah, no idea. I don't know if I can. I don't even know. I'm gonna ask you what happened there.
In my eyes, it looked like Hayden got a little loose and you got a little tight at the exact same time, and it just did not work out well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like I didn't really go up that much, you know? I feel like I went up a little bit.
Yeah, you went up about a tire width. Not much at all. And then he was loose and coming down the track to try and catch it, and you two bounce off one another.
So, I don't know. My truck feels, I think it's alright, so as long as he's not mad, I don't really care.
Yeah, we were looking over the cameras trying to see if you got any right side damage. It doesn't look too bad. It's quite a hit from the 67.
Did you see me wheel it the whole corner after that, trying to save it?
Yeah, you saved it 3 different times. It was quite impressive.
I'm surprised I wasn't in the wall.
We all are. Don't worry.
Oh, hey.
Scott said that Hayden's made Lucas's job easier because Lucas said we had joked that Lucas's job was to make sure he didn't make the next round.
Yeah, I hope Hayden almost took care of that one there.
He tried.
No, I just gotta get some points here and just have fun the rest of the night, I guess.
Well, Chrissy's here now, so say hello to Trenton's sister.
Hi, Trenton's sister.
There you go.
How old's Trenton's sister?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Trenton.
All right, well, he's in there. I'll ask him.
All right, let's just do it live. Hey, Trenton, how old's your sister?
Do what?
Blake wants to know how old's your sister.
The fuck?
No, not like that. I'm just curious how old she is. Where is she?
Hold on, I gotta think about it. Hold on. So I'm 22.
Think about it.
38.
Jeez.
It's not what she said in chat, but we'll go with it.
All right, well.
We're
If you're
getting set
looking
for
for,
the
a
restart.
driver to support, I know somebody, so.
Got about half a lap till green. Trenton, how's your truck feeling?
Take this shit box.
Fair enough. How do you feel about this track?
I like the rectangle.
Perfect. Love the short, sweet, simple answers. What is your view, Trenton, during that wreck?
A bunch of smoke and oh from Lucas and the fuck from Blake.
Perfect. All right. Well, good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi, Randy. I love you, Randy. Bye, Randy. Randy never even said anything, but that was fun. Field works out of turn number 4. Pace car should get the hell out the way. We can finally get back to racing. That was pretty good play by Kay. There was smoke. There was and what the fuck? Hayden's going to Kyle Busch this thing. Oh my gosh, Tyler Lehner on the inside line. All kinds of out of shape. Top 5 get single file quickly. Back to Dylan Dreiling. Colin Teague's the first place where side-by-side's happening as he has Mike Edwards. A couple of paint trucks doing battle. So he's been trying to break the draft of Blake Giglio. Went way down to the inside. Lucas Giglio, Montrose Lanen. Montrose virtually a must-win after missing last week in the one truck. Currently in third. He's in position to try and get that done. Someone just bounced off the wall back there. And they're still wrecking. Oh my gosh. Can't tell who that is. Spinning Margison, and he takes out Hayden. Oh my gosh. Hayden's been in both wrecks now. Trying to get the cameras to catch up with who was having a struggle off the turn. Margison's out of the groove, gets up into the outside wall, tries to stave it, not hit Stillwell, then turns it around into the inside wall, spins like a top, and then back to the outside, collects Hayden. And the Napa Ford not having any luck here. Let's watch this one from Hayden's view, because that's going to be terrifying. Right up behind Daniel Llewellyn. Sticks his nose out, sees a truck spinning, tries to go high, then yeah, it's just done. He had no idea. Rough go of it for the 67 team. And well, we're back under caution. That did not take long at all. Where is Hayden? There he is. Hello, Hayden.
How's it going, Swiss?
Well, I was going to ask you what happened on the first caution, but now we got something else to talk about.
I was behind Daniel, and then Daniel got out of the way for the spinning Margison, and he was right in my lap.
Just nothing you could do. Just appeared out of nowhere, basically. We rode on the cockpit view and saw what you saw. It was not a whole lot you could do.
No,
but the chat wants to know: do you hate this more than a super speedway?
At the moment, yes, but I hated the idea less.
Fair enough, but at the moment, it seems like you're doing better on the super speedways than you are at Indy.
Yeah, not sure why we're getting in people's left rears on corner 3, but it's not been a good race so far.
So is that what it felt like to you on the first one? Because it kind of looked like you just got loose on your own.
100% I got a tap. I will absolutely got a tap from that.
All right. Yeah, that's what I initially wanted to ask you about. Then we had this whole second thing happen. So we just burned the fast repair. So now we got to be a good boy for the next 63 laps.
Oh boy, for the next Travis Martin laps.
Yep, so it's a beautiful, nice round number.
But yeah, I don't know if you went on board with it, but that first one, the truck just snapped like I got a tap. I don't remember getting if I got a 0x or a 2x or a 4x or whatever, but it definitely snapped out of nowhere like I got hit in the left rear. So
yeah, we watched from far chase and it didn't look like anything touched you. You just your truck back in started to come around, and at the same time Giglio was a little tight and coming up, and you guys met in the middle, and that's when the big door slam happened. But it didn't seem like contact before that. Yeah,
probably a little bit of net code, of course. It's been bad the last couple of days.
It's been bad the last couple of weeks.
Well, if you want to get that into it, it's been bad for the last couple of years.
I mean, that's fair.
So, I don't know. 63 laps to try to drive through the field and see what we can do, or we'll be wrecked in another 2 and we can end the night early.
Yeah, or, it could just happen to go green like the races here tend to do after the first few incidents, and could be fun driving through the field.
Well, we'll see what we can do. We'll try not to alter the playoffs, but definitely going to try to go put this thing in the top 5 again.
Speaking of Travis Martin, he's back there with you.
Yeah, he just came down pit road for, I think, the top off on fuel.
Yep.
Can go about 20 laps. So this is actually going to be really interesting. If you pit there, maybe you can stretch it.
If you go 20, it puts you 28, and you're still short of half.
Yeah, but you save a lap every run, and all of a sudden you're good.
You can go one less pit stop, sure, if you're going all green from here. But do you really think that's going to happen?
Well, no, but one can dream.
Yes, it makes an interesting discussion topic. We'll put it that way.
Exactly. Gotta have something to talk about under yellow.
Perfect. All right, bud. Well, congrats on, I guess, being in the field and being part of both of the first cautions. You're the only driver in the field that can say that.
Hey, you know what? I like to be unique with something, so
There you go. Good luck to you, sir.
thanks, Swizz.
Having some fun with Hayden. Field getting set for the restart. Doubled up. Everyone in the top 10 stayed out under this caution. 11th on back pitted here, and Llewellyn came down even on this lap and topped off, so one extra lap for Daniel Llewellyn on the fuel tank. There goes the pace car. See Llewellyn at the back of the pack has caught up. Hoytsma and Montrose racing down towards turn number 1. You see trucks changing lanes past the start-finish line. That is legal. Hoytsma will lead Montrose into the corner. Edwards fighting Colin Teague as the pink trucks are still side by side. Looks like Edwards will let Teague through. TJ Floyd, Tyler Stillwell, that is the 8th position. Tyler Lanin trying to help TJ Floyd push through. Tyler Lanin, 64 truck, first one that came down and topped off the tank. Blake Giglio right there with him. Randy Lee's in the picture. Here comes Dylan Dreiling. Lanin gets to the inside of Floyd. Lanin trying to take away the 8th spot. Giglio jumps out behind him and tucks back behind Floyd. First handful of trucks all single file. All the way through looks like 7th place Gatlin Downey. Lanin finally clears Floyd. Giglio's going to try to follow through. Floyd drops to 10th. Trenton Sneed there in 12th. Behind Dreiling. There comes Hayden Lowell. Started at the back of the pack. He's already up to 13th. And just like that, we're almost entirely single file. The lone exception is Jeremy Scherer and J Much for 19th. Colin Teague, Mike Edwards side by side once again. Edwards picks up the 3rd spot. Looks like Vasquez is going to try and get by. See the Flash Silverado. Here comes Cody Cleaver. Just the Flash gets by. Cleaver charges to the inside. He drives it in there deep to get by Teague. Teague going to try the crossover. Cleaver definitely had to send it to get clear. Colin Teague loses a couple spots back to 6th. You have Gatlin Downey 7th. Tyler Lanin, Blake Giglio, and TJ Floyd, Dylan Dreiling. Battle for the last spot in the top 10. Oh my goodness. TJ Floyd just killed the outside wall coming out of that corner. Coming out of turn 1, TJ Floyd smacked the wall hard. He's falling to 13th. It's a cool camera shot. We're back single file through most of the field. Trenton Sneed trying to put a move on. Looking inside Dylan Dreiling, trying to get the 10th spot. Up ahead, that looks like Giglio working on Lanin. So watch Trenton get by Dreiling, and here comes Hayden Lowell. Involved in both of our first cautions, already taken his fast repair. It's up to 11th, hounding the back bumper of Trenton Sneed. Giglio and Downey battling. It's for 7th and 8th. Giglio able to pick it up and clear before corner number 3. Tyler Lanin looking inside Gatlin Downey for the 7th spot. Gatlin way up out of the groove there, going to have to lift on corner exit, and that'll be Tyler Lanin's spot. Tyler Lanin takes over 8th. As you can see, the whole top 10 single file now. It's right along with Hayden in the 67. As you can see, the whole top 10 ahead. Someone just brushed the fence. It may have been Downey. Trenton a bit up out of the groove there. He's going to have to lift on corner exit. That's going to give Hayden a run as he goes towards turn number 3 down this long backstretch. You see him gaining. He's going to stay in the draft as long as possible. But if he wants to make a move, he's going to have to tuck out, but I think he's going to stay in line. Backs up the corner a bit. Up ahead, Colin Teague's up out of the groove. Tyler Lanin trying to take advantage in the 64. Cody Cleaver dropped down and gave some draft to Tyler. That's why you heard the thank you, Cody. Colin Teague's going to hit the fence again, as is Downey. Trenton Sneed got a big eyeful of that. Both trucks in front of him just hit the fence. That'll let Hayden Lowell pick up a spot on corner exit. Dylan Dreiling probably follow through as well. Dreiling will move up to 11th. Hayden up into the top 10. Trenton picks up 9th. As Downey hit the wall harder than Colin did. Looks like the trucks are getting tight the longer this run goes on. Definite boops. Trenton inside Colin Teague. See the right side damage to Teague's Ford F-150. Trenton up to 8th. Hayden's going to follow through. Dreiling wanting to follow as well and get into the top 10. Hayden and Dreiling playing follow Steed right now. That was very close for Cody Cleaver hitting the outside wall. Don't think he got it, but he was very close. Boops. It's like Lanin looking inside Cleaver. It's for the 6th spot. I don't see any damage. I think he didn't get in the wall, just kind of getting tight in the 2. Drivers are extremely quiet, all focused. So Hoytsman is your leader by 3.5 seconds over Montrose and Edwards. Vasquez is 4th, Giglio 5th, and Tyler Lanin, Cody Cleaver, Trenton Sneed, and Hayden Lowell. Trenton bounces off the fence now. The 81 truck getting that right side up against the wall. Hayden Lowell's going to take over 8th. Like Margison putting on a move further back. He's trying to get by Randy Lee. There's Jeremy Scherer in tow. Lee will allow Scherer through. Dreiling right on the tailgate of Trenton Sneed. Cody Cleaver flirting with that wall in the 2. Travis Martin, Colin Teague, a couple of Fords battling. Appears Blake Giglio may have Alt F Ford out of this one. See if we can figure out what happened to Blake. Jump back a little bit. Try to find the 16 truck. There he is. So I'm just ahead of Tyler Lanen. We're gonna speed him up so I don't miss anything. He just disappears right in the middle of the corner. So that may have been a network issue, or maybe he was bored. Never can tell with him sometimes. Lucas, what happened to Blake?
He said he hit the wall, and then he's like, "How many points do I need to make it in?" I'm like, "Yeah, you're probably good, but Trent, you're good enough." He's like, "Ah, okay, I'm done."
Wow.
Like,
Alrighty then. Thanks.
Blake.
As your race leader, letting us know what his teammate had happen in the 16. Trenton now closing in on Cleaver. Cleaver's been heading the wrong direction lately. Randy Lee just bounced off the fence and he's heading to the pit road. 00 on pit lane. Lap 20. Had not been down pit road yet. Did not top off the tank with everyone else. So Randy Lee coming out for fuel. Had heard you go about 20 laps and he's going to pit at the end of 19. It's been 20 laps for Huisman, Montrose, Edwards, and Vasquez. All those trucks will need to pit relatively soon. So we'll watch our leader enjoying almost a 5-second lead. If he hits the pit lane this time by, he does not. Montrose and Edwards. And there is Vasquez, Lanen. Hayden all up to 6, restarted at the tail of the pack. Very impressive what Hayden's been able to do so far. Trenton Sneed's gotten around Cody Cleaver. Trenton up to 7th now. Cody Cleaver peeked to the inside to get that back, but settles back in line. Both these guys trying to make it to the next round of the playoffs. Field's starting to get a bit strung out. Hayden Lowell putting the pressure on Tyler Lanen. And the Napa Ford moves up into the 5th spot. These two have a bit of a history. Did not rear its head there. Here comes Brandon Vasquez to the pit lane in the flash truck. 21 laps as far as B-Squeeze could go. See Llewellyn passing Gatlin Downey there. Wallen up to 13th. Randy Lee completed his pit stop. Now he's behind Mike Edwards. Randy did go a lap down, but trucks closer to the front can pit without going a lap down. Hoytsma, Montrose, and Edwards, top 3 trucks, have not been to the pit road at all. Trucks like Hayden Lowell, Tyler Lanen topped off the tank on that second caution we had. Is there a giveaway? Not tonight. No cave giveaway tonight. I'm going to talk him into doing a championship when Tyler Lanen just hit the wall. 64 truck coming off turn number 4, smacked the outside wall. Gave up quite a bit of ground to Hayden. See what new tires can do as Randy Lee gets by Mike Edwards. Now he's going to try to run down Montrose in second. Keeping an eye on the pit lane to see when our leaders will come. And here he comes, Lucas Huisma. 23 laps is what he could do. It's going to bring Montrose and Edwards down as well. So all 3 of them able to go 23 laps. Edwards really keen on Montrose on pit entry. Turns the lead over to Hayden Lowell, who restarted dead last in the last restart. Cody Cleaver stretching the fuel in the 2. Same for Colin Teague and Tyler Stillwell. Those two trucks have not pit all race. Neither has, well, TJ Floyd, but he's on pit alert. So much for that one. I suspect Cleaver will be pitting any moment now. And here comes the deuce. See Colin Teague. Probably see him pit. Same with the truck behind him, Tyler Stillwell. So all those trucks going 24 laps. Someone is wrecking. It's Tyler Stillwell. Fortunately didn't hit the wall. Locked it up getting on the pit lane. And Lucas Hoisman out in 13th. Here comes JR Deal to the pit lane. That truck's got some right side damage. He's been up and into the wall. So the top 9 trucks are all trucks that had the top off the tank situation on the last caution. So it's Hayden Lowell, then Tyler Lanen and Trenton Sneed. Is Trenton trying to take away that second spot? Behind them, Dreiling is 4th. Travis Martin, your top 5. Trucks that have pitted, it is Lucas Hoisma, then Brandon Vasquez, Mike Edwards, Cody Cleaver. Slow stop for Montrose. He sat on the pit lane for 22 seconds. Cost him about 8 extra seconds there. Dreiling trying to work by Elena for 3rd. About another 3 to 5 laps for these leaders. It's the top 9. Lucas Hoisma going by JR Deal. Hoisma is setting an absolutely blistering pace. He has almost 7 seconds over Vasquez, who's on his same strategy. He's only 13.5 seconds behind Daniel Llewellyn, who hasn't pit yet. And if you know anything about the pit road here, you know how extremely long this pit lane can be as Trenton takes over the lead. Hayden Lowell hits the pit lane. So we're back in that 20 lap window. Hayden Lowell, Tyler Lane both hit the pit lane there. Trenton Sneed, Dylan Dreiling, Travis Martin, Jay Munch, Zach Margison, Jeremy Shear, and Daniel Llewellyn. Those 7 yet to make their green flag stops. Here comes Trenton and Dreiling and Travis Martin and Jay Munch. Whole top 4 just pit. Martison's coming down, top 5. Here comes Shears, the top 6. Daniel Llewellyn, the only one's going to stay out. Remember, he came down 1 lap later, so he has 1 lap extra in the tank. Daniel Llewellyn making his way around. So the truck that's closest to playing a fuel mileage gambit, Daniel Llewellyn, I think he could make it in 1 more stop. If he plays his cards right and is able to run 21 laps, 22 laps each time, he'll be right on the window. Could we see Daniel Llewellyn scoring a win tonight? Comes Daniel to the pit lane. That hands the lead back over to Lucas Hoitzma. Should have about a 7-second advantage. Now let Llewellyn cycle down. It's 8.5. Back to Vasquez. Edwards right on his tailgate. Vasquez a bit tight through that corner. Trenton Sneed gets by Ian Montrose. Montrose's tires a bit older than Trenton's. Trenton's much fresher. He'll now try to get by Colin Teague. Blistering stop for Trenton Sneed when he was on pit lane, 13.6. Now trying to work his way back through traffic. Going to try to take the 7th spot here from Teague. See Dreiling passing Montrose. That is for the 9th spot. And there goes Sneed past Teague. Trenton up to 7th. Do a quick rundown. Hoitzma leads by almost 10 seconds now. It's Vasquez, Edwards, Hayden Lowell, 5 seconds behind Edwards. Then there's Cleaver, and Tyler Lanen, Trenton Sneed, Colin Teague, Dylan Dreiling, Travis Martin. Martin just passed Montrose for the final spot in the top 10. As we close in on those all-important stage points. End of lap 35, we'll be passing those out. Can't even see second place. That's how far ahead Lucas is. There's the battle for second. Edwards and Vasquez side by side down the backstretch. Vasquez going to lift and drop down. Give Edwards the spot. So Edwards going to pick up 9 points towards that playoff battle should he stay there in the 2nd spot at the end of the stage. Dylan Dreiling just completed a pass on Colin Teague. Teague trying to be the best of the non-playoff drivers, currently 13th in the points. Colin Teague, Travis Martin. Martin trying to stay up in the top 4, currently there. Back in 10th right now. Not poised to pick up a lot of stage points. Show you those points while we're talking about them. Lucas is already through, and he leads this race, so we're not going to have a new winner. Blake Giglio has dropped out. He had quite a big gap to the bubble, so he's probably safe, but no way to know for sure. Nick Edwards currently in 2nd, Travis Martin back there in 10th. We have Trenton Sneed currently 7th, Cody Cleaver is 5th. I don't think Quinn Newton showed up tonight. Ian Montrose missed last week. Ian, like I said, had a slow pit stop. He was 22 seconds on the pit lane. So the gap now 11 seconds for Hoitzma over Mike Edwards. Vasquez starting to drift back as Hayden Lowell's closing in. Battle for third shaping up. Dub airs. Hayden going to poke to the inside, coming off turn number 4. Puts some side draft on and gets out wide, so it doesn't return the favor. Then he's going to have to get the angle into the corner. And he will complete the pass, take over third. Vasquez now 4th. Dylan Dreiling, Trenton Sneed, battle for 7th. Ditka. Its halftime score is 10-9, goodness. Plays well out in front of Edwards. Hayden starting to track down Mikey. 4-lap fresher tires than Edwards and has been on a tear. Sure, he would love a caution to catch up to Lucas. Those seem scarce. Dreiling haunting the back of the 81 truck. Also have Downey and Stillwell battling. This is for 15th. Downey up low, Stillwell up high. Tyler's got some nose damage on that truck. Able to clear Downey. That puts us back to this being our best battle on track. At least until Hayden catches Mike Edwards. Totally missed being able to do the stage points because I was intrigued by all the battles. Mabayas. But Mikey was able to hold on to second for the stage points, picks up 9. So that'll help his playoff hopes. Goes all the way down to the apron. Don't know if he got bored or what. Looking at the lap count, Vasquez, 15 laps since he was on pit lane last. Probably has another 5 or 6 laps before he has to come down. Kick off the next round of green flag stops. Hayden Lowell is actually catching Lucas Hoitzma. He's a long way back, but he is catching him, so that is interesting. Has 32 laps to get there. Last pit cycle, Hayden was quicker in and out of the pit lane by 2.5 seconds. And on track, Hayden is actually catching Lucas. This battle just won't quit, and now it's 4 trucks all in there. Dreiling, Sneed, Lanen, and Cleaver. 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Looks like Dreiling finally going to get Sneed. It's right on board with Trenton. Watch the 3 trucks ahead. All 3 trucks behind Cleaver have fresher tires. Here goes Lanen to make a move. Goes to the inside in 1. Lanen clears Cleaver. Now Dreiling try to get by the deuce. Lanen trying to break the draft. Everyone else staying behind Cleaver. Should set up Dreiling for a pass at the end of the straightaway. He's going to look to the inside. Dreiling not clear yet. But the 2 has to stay up off the bottom, so Trenton's going to go look for a spot as well. Trenton clears Cleaver. Trenton up into the 7th spot, and Cleaver diving to the pit lane. Wow. So he is committed to about a 15 lap strategy as he comes down the pit road. He'll be splitting this last portion up in one more stop. I guess he decided he couldn't make it, so might as well make the best of the tires while he can. Very interesting. I feel like Lucas is kind of in a similar situation as the two of Cleaver, except Hoytsma has a very big lead. And there is Hayden, 10 seconds back now. Cutting that lead down every lap. Now under 10 seconds. So Cleaver starts our green flag pit cycle. Not who we expected, knowing Vasquez is 19 laps into his run. Vasquez probably has about 2 to 3 more laps before we'll see him. Meaning Vasquez probably won't make it to the end of the race on one more stop, or with this stop, he'll have to do one more. Trenton trying to push Dreiling past Lehman. Halfway points. Hoytsma is already through with the win. Giglio has 30-61 as he did not pick up any points. Edwards 30-58, Martin 30-53, Trenton 30-37, Cleaver 30-36, Newton 30-26, Montrose 3,000. That means the gap between Sneed and Martin is pretty large. It's what, 18 points? We have 21 trucks here. Would seem to need a miracle for Trenton or Cleaver. But if they win, Sneed's starting to be the best of the trucks on that second strategy. Trenton could win his way in and make it very tight between Edwards and Martin. And actually, Giglio out of the race could actually be tight on Blake. If we get a winner outside the top 4, it could eliminate Blake Giglio from contention. Here comes Vasquez. So we've been waiting for him to pit. He pits out of the 4th spot. 20 laps on the button for him. Hoytsma continues to lead and has the 2 of Cleaver a lap down behind him. Cleaver going to be on fresher tires. Trying to get the run on Hoytsma. Hoytsma kind of came low off the corner. I don't think they were expecting that. Cleaver shows the nose again. Lucas going to give it to him this time. There's Vasquez off the pit lane. We have Dreiling 4th, Sneed 5th, Lane in 6th, Martin in 7th. All 4 of those trucks on the same strategy. So very entertaining 4-pack of trucks there. See J Munch back there 8th, Martinson 9th, Colin Teague in the top 10. Martin's going to look inside Lane. Lane leaves him the room. And Lucas Hoytsma has hit the pit lane. Went all 20 laps that he could go. Mike Edwards is going to join him. Hayden Lowell takes over the race lead. Turns the lead over to Hayden. Hayden has 12 seconds over Dylan Dreiling. Travis Martin still working Tyler Lane. Finally completes that pass. Tyler Stillwell hits the pit lane. Martin nearly into the fence. I think he avoided it, but definitely said hello. TJ Floyd on the pit lane. Those trucks will have to pit one more time. It's going to be very close for trucks like Lowell, Dreiling, Sneed, Martin, Lanen, Munchell, Margison, and Scherer. Daniel Llewellyn, back in 11th, probably the best, but so far back. He's 32 seconds behind leader Hayden Lowell. And it's 40 seconds on the pit lane, so I guess he could get in and out, but then you have to worry about Lucas Weissman. Lucas is ahead of him already. And Lucas and Daniel both have to make one more stop. So that will put it back in the hands of Lucas and not Llewellyn. Montrose working past Tyler Lanen. That's not for position. Montrose a lap down. Dreiling's cutting into Lowell's lead a bit. I think Lowell might be trying to stretch the fuel. I think he looked at the numbers and realized he was way ahead of the people on his strategy. He could back. Yeah, that truck is definitely way back on throttle. His last lap was a 56.5. Gave up almost a full second to Dreiling. Definitely saving. Yeah, he's shutting it off at the start-finish line. Coasting it in there. Full save fuel mode for the 67. Current leader. Here, just shut off and coast into the corner. We'll see if Hayden's able to save enough. Didn't save enough to pick up a lap as he's coming to the pit lane. Meanwhile, Dylan Dreiling, Trenton Sneed continue on a round. Tyler Lanen couldn't go the extra lap. He's coming down right now. Gonna need to see one more lap if this is going to work for Dreiling and Sneed. Same is true for Martin and J Munch. Margison and, well, Lanen's already on the pit lane. So those five all ahead of Hoytsman with a realistic shot at hoping for one more stop. Then Hoytsman's going to have to pass them all if he wants to win. Dreiling and Sneed may be too far out in front for that. But they're going to have to go one more lap if they want to make it. Got to go 21. Right now they're on 20. Got to be hardcore saving going on here. Both of them cannot go the 21st lap, both hitting the pit lane. Ken Travis, nope, he's hitting the pit lane. J Munch, nope, he's hitting the pit lane. And that will hand the lead back over to Lucas Hoytsma. Going to be some premium saving needed to be done with those trucks on the pit lane.
Oh
Lucas,
my gosh, I got my brake line to put my back. Oh god.
Lucas just brushed the wall a little bit there. So he gets by teammate Randy Lee. Randy needing to pit soon. like Tyler Stillwell and Gatlin Downey both picked up pit penalties on their last stop. So 36 and 05. Errors on the pit lane. Dylan Dreiling, Trenton Sneed. These are two we'll be watching to see if they can make it. Along with Hayden Lowell. He had that extra lap for Hayden. So he's going to be even more up against the wall. Going to have to be saving a ton. Well, we assume everyone ahead of Hayden has to pit again. Daniel Llewellyn makes his stop. Unfortunately for Llewellyn, he had the right strategy, but he's just so far behind. I think he can make it, but it's just not going to matter a whole lot. "20 laps to go from the Brickyard. Hoytsman's lead 16 seconds over Mike Edwards. Hoytsman, Edwards, Cleaver, Vasquez all going to have to pit again. Top four cannot make it from here. Of course, if they get a caution, all that gets thrown out the window. So these trucks around them are racing pretty hard. TJ Floyd, JR Deal, 17th and 18th, mixed in with Cody Cleaver in second and Vasquez in fourth. Vasquez trying to catch Cody Cleaver, but has the 49 to contend with. As TJ Floyd gets into his nose, going to shoot him into the inside wall hard. Vasquez back up the track right into Hayden. Hayden.
I'm broken. I'm on the brakes.
Both these trucks destroyed.
You know how hard I hit that wall?
Vasquez alt F4s. Hayden's truck no longer in contention. Hayden out of the race.
I'm not really sure how you went all the way down there. I didn't even get a 0X, so I'm sorry if I did that.
Hands things over to Dylan Dreiling.
Yeah, you crushed me coming out of two.
Dylan Dreiling now in the driver's seat. If he can make it the rest of the way, he probably doesn't need to be getting this lead over Trenton. You have Lane and Martin and Sneed. Martin and Sneed, the best of these drivers on fuel, along with Dreiling. But Dreiling, like we said, leading this pack. Takes a little bit more to lead a pack as far as fuel goes. It looks like Martin and Sneed are quite content to follow Lanen. Try to save some fuel. So a pit window is about 41 seconds. And over Dreiling, Lucas only has 30 seconds. So they would pass him. Lucas so far out there, you actually have to worry about if he could pit and get back out in front of everybody. Okay. 16 seconds right now is lead over Mike Edwards. Edwards, when you add a 40-second pit, drops him off the lead lap.
TJ, if you're faster than me, go ahead.
Oops, sorry, Tyler, I didn't mean to touch there.
That sounded kinky.
I don't think I am, Cody, honestly. Alright, simple. I didn't want to feel like I was holding you up.
Cody Cleaver in third. Cleaver probably pit the next lap or two.
No, I'm just trying to follow in your line, get a little bit better. Don't think I'm putting any pressure on you. I'm not going to get underneath of you or anything.
Cleaver, if he does what we think he's doing, every 15 laps making a stop, he'll be coming around this time or next time to the pit lane. He dives to the bottom. Hayden says he was going to make it. Guess we'll never know. Here comes Cleaver. Looks like TJ Floyd's going to follow him down. It's only been 9 laps since Floyd's been on the pit lane. Hoytsma, he would have to save 4 laps at Brickyard? That's just no. That's not happening. This is not happening. Not even for Lucas. Not even with a 16-second lead. Really, he could back all the way up to Dryling. 30 seconds he could give away. Just don't see it happening. Oh, we're right along. See what kind of saving measures he's using. Sure, so it wouldn't be a 14-second stop. It'd be more like 6, 7. Which would make his pit lane delta from 41 down to about 34. If he comes out 34, he would come out right around Colin Teague in 7th. Still behind Sneed and Dryling. Leanin and Martin. He'd be in contention, but he'd be behind these 4. Martin and Elaine in battle. Seems Martin happy with his fuel number now. No longer just content to draft. We got to hydrate in the middle of this fuel economy. Appreciate you, Cody. Short pitting's an option if you're taking tires. There'll be some value in that, having more time on the fresher rubber, but if you're not taking tires, you're taking a splash of fuel, then there's not any value in it. Lanin looking back to the inside on Travis Martin. We're fairly certain the 2 trucks ahead of this group have to pit. This group racing one another and trying to save fuel. Travis Martin came into the race in the top 4. Trent Sneed. Those are the 2 playoff drivers of this 4. They win and they are moving on. Trenton was, I believe, 5th coming in. Colin Teague smacks the wall. Check in on Mike Edwards. Probably not a lot of saving going on here because I think he knows he has to pit. He could give up about 15 seconds if he wanted to, but I don't think that would help him enough. Martin and Lane make door contact. Goodness gracious.
I sincerely apologize. I thought I was going to be side drafting you down to the grass. I get it. Yeah, you're allowed to do that. I'm just saying.
Let's check in on Lucas. See if we hear any fuel saving now. Like tire saving, that makes no sense.
Sorry, Brandon, I had no grid left.
Yeah, he's full song all the way down.
No, don't worry, I
No fuel saving going on for the 97. He's going to run it hard till it's low and come and pit. Mike Edwards in the 14 on pit lane. Realized he can't make it. See if he's taking tires or just fuel. He is going to put tires on the 14. So drop him down the order. Waits Colin Teague. The last of those we think can't make it. 1st and 6th. Waitsman now has a 30-second lead over Tyler Lanin. So if he thought he could save that much fuel, he has a lot of room to give up. But if we're still looking at that 34-second splash and go, he would come out in 6th. Or really 5th. Come out in 5th, just ahead of Colin Teague. So Mike Edwards exits the pit lane. That sounds like Lucas coming to the pit road. Edwards and Cleaver teammates behind him. Go sweep around the outside of Hoytsma. There's Hoytsma on the pit lane with 9 to go. Keep an eye on his stop. See how long he's in the box, if he takes tires, what his plan is here. Slides it in the box. He's going to miss his pit window. And he is taking tires on the 97, so he'll drop back even further with the tires. Right side's on. Looks like right side's only. Missing the pit box definitely hurt him. So 37 seconds instead of the 34 we were predicting. As there goes Lanin, Martin, Sneed, and Dreiling. It looks like Colin Teague not able to capitalize as he's lost ground. This is Jay Munch and Colin Teague here. 6th and 7th. So I think Lucas will still be 5th, just a lot farther back than we anticipated when he comes off the pit lane. Right side's only for the 97. Don't know if that'll be enough to eat into the lead that Lanin, Martin, Sneed, and Dreiling have. There is the gap. Has to make up 2 seconds. And he is doing it quickly. 1.9, 1.8. Hoyts is going to get there. Did not think right side tires would be that big of a difference, but clearly I was not correct. He's closing in quickly on Tyler Lanin. And he's there. Just like that. Already trying to get by Tyler Lanin. Lanin tried to put the block on him. Now he's trying to side draft him. Not quite able to hold off Hoytsma. And the Hoytsma sweeps back to the outside for the entry of the corner. Hoytsma's going to be back in the lead by the end of his lap, isn't he? He's hauling. Blows by Martin, blows by Dreiling, already up behind Trenton Sneed. Trenton's going to get the lead this lap. But after this, it's going to be all Hoytsma. Just right side tires, plenty. Plenty for Lucas. Tucks her right up behind Trenton. Now he can go to the outside. And Lucas Hoytsma back in the lead. Trenton had to have hope for a very short period of time there. Now he's tucked in behind Lucas. Has to be frustrating for Trenton because he is in that win and you're in situation, currently outside looking in. But he could still capitalize on Giglio's misfortune tonight. There's Dreiling, Martin, Lanin. Cody says if Trenton finishes second, it's going to be close. Have to sit on pins and needles and wait and see. Hopefully Cody Cleaver can knock out the points quickly for us tonight. Hoytsma already up 1.2 seconds. Those two right side tires, I am amazed at how well that's working out. If he doesn't take tires there, though, I think he's done. Because everybody in front of him would have fresher tires. Brilliant move by Lucas. Weitzman, who lives an hour and a half from this track, as we heard earlier in the broadcast. Bit of a home track race for him. Colin Teague's finally hit the pit lane. We'll have to see if Tyler Lehnan can make it. He was 2 laps he had to save in the 64 team. Mike Edwards, Zach Margerson. Edwards trying to get to the inside down the backstretch. Mikey will move up to 7th as he tries to solidify his bid for a Championship 4 run next week. Colin Teague comes out in 12th. Tyler Lehnan across the line. He's got 19 laps on the tank. Most drivers have been hitting 20 on the button, 21 when they can stretch it. I think he's going to be in trouble if he's not trying to save. See where Lehnan is putting on the shift points and everything and see if he's clutching. He's got J-Much right on his back bumper. He's trying to hold off. He may have to let him go. There is J-Much on his inside. I think he clutched it a brief amount of time into the corner, but he's also trying to hold on to 5th. I think he'd be better served to let J-Much go. That moves Joel Munchell up into the top 5. Yeah, you hear him shut it off one of the corner entry. Later than the other guys we've been hearing, but he is still clutching. 2 laps to go for Indiana native Lucas Hoitzma. .2 seconds over Trenton Sneed. We have Dylan Dreiling 3rd, Travis Martin 4th, J-Munch 5th, and Tyler Lane and Mike Edwards. Edwards going to have to try and put that pressure on, make Lane and run out or get by him. White flag in the air for Hoitzma as he hits the wall coming out of turn number 1. He has a 6-second lead, so it probably won't matter. Still kind of funny. Hoitzma through 1 and 2. Trenton still 6.5 back. Mike Edwards has gotten by Lehnan up to the 6th spot. Looks like 3 and 4 were much less of an adventure for Hoitzma. Lucas going to come off turn number 4 and pick up the win at the Brickyard. And he sweeps the round of 8 in the process in the Cave City Truck Series. Lucas Hoitzma, the Golden Boy, winning both races in a round of 8. Trenton Sneed 7 seconds later across the line. Dreiling just beats out Travis Martin to the line. J-Munch 5th, Edwards 6th. Lehnan's out of gas. He's going to lose 7th to Margison. Will he lose a spot to Cleaver also? It's going to be close. Cleaver going to beat him to the line. Cleaver gets 8th. Lehnan 9th. Jeremy Scherer will pick up 10th. Daniel Llewellyn knew he was on the good strategy.
I didn't have enough fuel, but...
Across the line in 11th for Llewellyn. Colin Teague, the highlighter, will finish in 12th. Last truck on the lead lap. That is everybody. So Lucas with the win. Trenton second. Dreiling your top three. If we get those three to the waiting room for the interviews, please and thank you. I'm just going to go grab Lucas because, well, they take forever if I don't. Lucas, did you know that there's a wall there in turn 1 on the last lap too?
I went by Trenton because we were using our chat tonight. I was like, well, man, I'm going to push it as hard as I can, and I'm going to lead it up to Faye here if I wreck. And, well, it got close at the end, but it didn't happen.
You did wreck. It just didn't, make it horrible. Still fast.
Yeah, basically that wall just kept it flush.
It was very entertaining. Well, I'm glad you made it amusing for us. Another victory. Has to feel good to win at the home track. And, I don't know, what's on your mind?
Well, tell you what, I think just taking rights is faster on the short run because it loosens the truck up and makes it actually rotate in the corner. So I did not expect that to happen. I think that's what got it done there at the end. That's why it worked. But those right side tires were key. I did not think it was going to work.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting strategy call, and you made it pay off. And I was the same way. I was like, holy crap, you're catching like 2 seconds a corner.
Yeah, I was almost setting fastest lap times if I didn't. It was really fast.
Now Daniel's ruining your paint job. What are teammates for, Ray?
Yeah.
We sweep the round of 8. We're moving on to the championship round. How do we feel about Chicago?
Oh, you already know. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I don't think I've had the best track record at Chicago in the Truck Series, but I mean, I love that track. Should be a really fun weekend or week. Sorry, should be a fun
weekend
with trucks and Xfinity there, and yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it.
We're just doing the role play where we're supposed to be racing on the weekends, right? That's all it is.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Congrats on the victory. You got the Friends Family sponsor shout-outs for us tonight.
Absolutely, man. Just shout out to M9 CTC Labor 12. Randy was here tonight. He said the sponsor was happy there on the cool down lap, so
Perfect.
Good to hear that.
Perfect.
And, obviously to you for doing the broadcasting, and everybody puts this shindig on.
You have no idea.
Perfect. Well, congrats on the win, and we'll see you fighting for that championship next week.
Absolutely, man. See it.
That is Lucas Weissman in the 97s. We go grab Trenton in the 81. Trenton, DG, you got a copy? Quack, quack.
Hello?
Quack, quack, motherfucker. How we doing? Brought it home P2 tonight. Looked like you're on that winning strategy until Lucas Weissman bolted on 2 tires and just flew by everybody.
Yeah. Wish I could say I was surprised.
It's the golden boy. What do you expect?
Yeah, see, I saw that we passed him on pit road. I was like, oh shit! And that's when he came out immediately after. I'm like, oh no, please. Please tell me you took fuel only. No, I took right sides. Well, shit. Because I tested right sides only in practice, and I knew they're better than no tires. I was like, well, he's running us down, and I think I have enough gas, so I'm blowing by these nerds.
Perfect. Brought it home P2 tonight. Now we have to sit on pins and needles and see if we make it to that finale with Blake Giglio falling out early in the race. There is a chance. We'll have to see if we make it in.
About it. I hate these damn trucks. I don't think I could care less if I made it or not.
In that case, I hope you make it just so you have to run the championship next week.
I won't lie. I'd take an off day.
Nope. We're going to make sure you make it now. We're going to put 5 trucks in if we have to.
Oh, shit. Well, if I make it, I make it, I guess. I would have much rather made it from a winning end instead of just kind of in pins and needle my way through points like I've done thus far this week. But I make it. If not, y'all have a merry off season.
Perfect. Thanks, Chase Elliott. Yeah, the Friends Family and sponsor shout-outs for us.
Yeah, Dream Technology, Sneed Tombstone Game Farm. Thank God for giving me another podium. Thought he was going to give me one for a brief moment, and then the hometown hero of this here rectangle came in and whooped our asses on 2. Almost like he's done that before.
Wouldn't it?
But,
right? Who would have thunk?
I know. But yeah, I think the entirety of C2X, Hayden, Harry, Cliff, Beach, Cody when he stops by, Adam Crozier, Nathan Lafayette, Jeff Price. If there's anyone else I forgot. My condolences. You for broadcasting, STC Imperium Racing, BCR Sim Products. Low Drag for letting me crash them like I usually do on Thursday nights.
And we mean joining the chat and not so much wrecking them, right?
Yeah. I don't wreck them intentionally. I kind of killed Blake accidentally last week, but...
Is it ever an accident when you kill Blake?
Yeah, I don't like wrecking people. I feel still feel like shit for accidentally killing Dave at Dega going to the stage checker. I was driving it over my head, and I was like, all right, I'm giving you a shot, and we're going forward. I gave him a shot, and he spun through the grass, and I was calling myself low time for about a minute and a half.
You just wanted to see the grass cut. It's okay.
Not Dave doing it, though. Not Phyllis Lucas. Oh, yeah, his ass is going in the grass.
Perfect.
Not Dave, though. Everyone loves Dave.
All right, bud. Hang out and see if we make you into the championship 4 next week, and well, good luck.
Well, thank you. Thank you for.
Nope. No thanking me for broadcasting. Get the hell out. See if you can have Dylan Dreiling hanging out anywhere. He's in the waiting room where he belongs. Good job, Dylan. I'm so proud. Let's go get the 78 of Dylan Dreiling. Dylan, DG, you got a copy?
Hello.
First of all, thanks for actually being in the waiting room. The rest of the bums make me go find them.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Second of all, I'd really like to know the story behind the Buick Toyota.
Well, I actually was gonna run a different league and was getting my ass whooped in practice. So Tyler Lannon came in and was like, "You should run SRL," and I was like, "Oh yeah, that sounds fun." So I quickly threw this together. Had to put a number that is not mine on the car, and I figured, why not do the Toyota, because that's better than the Ford, and I'm sick of running the same thing every time, so I mix it up a little.
Perfect. So we have a Buick Toyota. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Another question. How come we didn't go 38?
I didn't have one on file.
I mean, all you gotta do is take your 3 and put it on the other side of the 8 and you're good, right? That's how they do it in NASCAR.
I joined with like 10 minutes left in practice. I did not have time.
Perfect.
But I will have something better for next week.
All right, bud. We'll see you in the championship next week in Chicago then, and congrats on that P3 run. You got the Friends Family sponsor shout-outs for us tonight.
Hell yeah, thank you. Shout out to Tyler Lannon for racing the hell out of him at the end there, because he knew he couldn't make it. So he was just trying to have them burn their fuel, and they did not, unfortunately. And then Trenton just walked away from me like I was nothing, and almost got passed by Travis there at the end. But thank you for broadcasting, and yeah.
Perfect. Congrats on the P3 run, and welcome back, and we'll see you next week.
Awesome, thank you.
Dylan Dreiling brings it home in P3. Let's go ahead and look at our final results from tonight at Indianapolis. Hopefully someone's working on those points for us. You're out the line, Margison. That is well timed. Hoytsma gets the victory. Trenton Sneed second. Dylan Dreiling third. Travis Martin, Jay Munch your top 5. Mike Edwards, Zach Margison, Cody Cleaver, Tyler Lannon, and Jeremy Scherer the top 10. Page number 2, Daniela Wallen, Colin Teague, the last trucks on the lead lap. Then you have Ian Montrose, Randy Lee, J.R. Deal, Brandon Vasquez, TJ Floyd, Tyler Stillwell, Gatlin Downey, and Hayden Lowell, who got crashed 3 times tonight. That has to be frustrating for him, but still apparently likes this better than super speedways. And Blake Giglio, the last truck, as he hit the wall early on and alt F forward, which is tough because he was in the championship 4 fight. So I don't know if Blake's going to make it based on where Trenton finished. So we will have to see how the points shake out. Thank you guys so much for watching tonight. Let's go ahead and run through our sponsor slides and get the Bills page. 911 Fleet Services does our Sunday, no they don't, they do our Wednesday Cup Series. Cave City Roleplay does our Thursday Night Truck Series that you just watched here tonight. Fort Worth Screen Printing does our Tuesday Night Xfinity Series. FSM Customs our IMSA Series on Friday. Then we have Golden Eagle Syrup doing our Friday Super Speedways, which JR Deal is the points leader, and I just want to shout that out every chance I get. Then we have Light of My Life Candle. They give away a candle every single Tuesday night during the Xfinity race. So if you want to win one, come on by. And then we have M9 Performance doing our late Tuesday modified series. Sneed Tombstone Game Farm does our Sunday Street Stock. Spit and Venom Podcast, our ARCA series on Monday. 1023graphics.com does our Dirt Street Stocks on Tuesday. Head on over there, get yourself some base paint schemes, slap your logos on them, and make yourself look great out in iRacing world. Thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you to all of our sponsors and partners that help make it possible. Thank you to all of our admins, our hard-working group that does a lot of work behind the scenes for us to give you guys all these awesome series to be part of. Have to say it's been iRacing.com. Head on over there, pick up this track and these cars. Come race with us. We'd love to have you be part of our community. Check out more information on the Sidewinder Racing Leagues over at dgsracing.com. Points in 2 seconds, according to Cody Cleaver. We will hang out here on the YouTube broadcast so you YouTubers get to know what the points look like as well.
Your final four, Swiss, is Hoytsma, Edwards, Martin, and Giglio.
So Blake does ease Trenton out, and Trenton doesn't have to worry about racing next week.
Correct. By 4 points, Blake still makes the final four.
4 points. Goodness gracious. Perfect. All right. Thanks, Hayden.
All right, bye, Swiss.
Okay, bye. Thanks, Hayden, for dropping in there. So there is your final four. And thank you all for watching. Have a great, wonderful rest of your night. And we'll see you tomorrow for the doubleheader on Friday.